Welcome to episode 144 of the Still Drippin' Happy Hour. This is your host, Mason. On the move tonight, we got Hayes. Holla.
I'm back in the saddle.
Oh, man. What a week. Let me fix my camera here, cutting off my head. Oh, there we go. That's fine.
What a week.
Oh, what a week. Episode 144. We're here. We're live. We're doing it.
Yep.
Man, I'd say my week was a little hectic, but I think you've won the last 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm glad you're back. We told everybody you were gone for. We didn't share specifics, but how you holding up, Hayes?
Yeah, I'll be very straightforward and very honest. So I don't know, there's probably 10. That was probably the hardest 10 weeks of my life. 10 days of my life. So I'm going to give you a really long story short. My wife goes into the hospital very suddenly for something totally unexpected. And if I'm being honest, they're still not exactly sure how it happened. And then she ended up in the ICU for 9 or 10 days. And it was really, really tough. It was a really, really hard time. And I'm going to preach. So, as we're going to look back on 2023, this is going to be just like every single year. And that is, it was the worst year and it was the best year, and it was everywhere in between. And that's how this is going to go until God comes back. So that should be my expectation, and that should be your expectation, is that you're going to go through some crap. I know Mason has. I know everybody that is a normal participant on this podcast has been through a whole lot of crap this year. And man, I'm super, super grateful that I have a relationship with God and that He offers me a peace that I don't understand. And when it's really hard, it's great. And I didn't sign up, and I've said this many times, especially to my kids over the last 12 days now. I didn't sign up to get married thinking that was going to be all great all the time, in sickness and in health, right? And good times and bad. And then also, I didn't sign up to be a believer thinking that it was going to be good all the time either. And God is still God, and God is good when things are good, and God is still God when things are bad. And
Amen.
It's been a long time since I went through something really, really difficult, and there was something in my body that didn't say, God, why are you doing this to me? This is like, maybe it's age and it's experience and it's faith and it's peace and it's all those things that said, you know what, this sucks and I hate it, and I hate that my wife is in pain, and I had a weird peace about it, that everything was going to be okay, whatever happened, good or bad. And I had a lot of those thoughts in the past week, but it was really, really, really hard. Not gonna lie. And it's not done yet. It won't be done for a while. But nonetheless, that's a really vague version of the story. Also, man, I really miss the podcast. Like, this is shout out to Cowboy Coop, who said this to us, is that like one of the biggest flexes that you guys have isn't even remotely close to close. It's the fact that there's 3 or 4 of you guys that want to spend time with each other every week, and that 30, 40-year-old men are the loneliest group in America. That's like a statistical, like, I can't relate to that. I don't relate to that at all. In fact, if anything, a lot of the times I find myself in the man, whatever you want to call it, mindset of I don't rely enough on people by choice. because pride is what it is. It's a character flaw.
Mhm.
Is that I don't want to ask for help and I don't like to ask for help. Man, that's been hugely humbling the last 12 days. Is I can't tell you how many people have reached out and texted and sent us food and flowers, and man, our families have been helping so much with my children. My oldest son was home from college, and I was in the hospital most the whole time, and my wife was in the hospital the entire time he was here. But you know what? I'm really grateful for people. Thank you. If you listen to this podcast and you're one of those people, I'm very grateful for you. I'm not a big social media guy, and I'm not going to go on Facebook and post anything, and I'm not going to thank you for everybody. I'm not doing that. But if you listen to this podcast and you're one of those people, or you're not, and you've been praying for me, even, very, very grateful.
Amen. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, that is extremely tough. Is it safe to say we're out of the woods, but it's not going to be over for a while? We're out of the.
It's a safe. We're mostly out. It's not even a thing that can be operated. It's just, man, it's more than we have enough time to talk about.
Right. Yeah. No. No worries.
It is not something that can be operated on. It's just something that is going to take time, and it could take a year, and it could take 2 weeks, and there's a whole lot of unknown.
Yeah.
But that is a really Cliff Note version of a lot of boring stuff.
No worries. It's real life. That's what we're here for.
It's real life.
All right. Well, it seems kind of shallow to do all this stuff now, but that's what we're here for.
Well, hey, wait
a
second. Well, hey, I wanted to talk about. I got something. So this is all related back. Okay.
Okay.
So if you've, dude, like I've never spent as much time in a hospital as I just did. Much less, my wife is doped up the whole time. And so we'd always have something on TV, and I don't really want to watch TV. I don't watch a lot of TV. I didn't want to watch a lot of TV. We watched a lot of The Office. We watched a lot of Seinfeld, or at least it was on. But the thing I watched the most was Shark Tank. I bet I watched 30 hours of Shark Tank. I'm not exaggerating. I mean, what do you do when you're in the ICU for 9 days? Like, and I've spent the night, a lot of nights, and my wife was fine with it. But man, so it gets your brain running in all these directions of, man, what is my? Obviously, this came to my mind a lot. This is a side hustle, a business, if you will, that we have. But I was like, I want to build something, not even necessarily to go on Shark Tank, but to have something that we have built, that is established and that is known. Like, that's such a cool thing for me to think about. And then much less all the stuff that Mason and I have been involved with over time. We've been involved with basketball for years and years and years together. And it really, you think it's about sports and winning and competition and blah, 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 blah. Man, it's just about community. It's the same thing as shoes. It's the same thing as any of this other stuff that we talk about. But there was this one, what year was it? What year was this that this story starts? 2017? I was trying to figure it out. Maybe 17?
Yeah, when did it had to be around Charlie? Yeah. 2017, 2018.
So 2017 or 2018, we're at church camp. Mason and I are volunteering at church camp, and
it was like the summer before church camp, or the week before church camp. We did it on the basketball court because, well, we can't really get into the name.
Yeah, I'm going to choose not to get into the name. But we invented, I can't even remember who I was there. I just have like thoughts. It's not even I have memory, but I'm like, I can see it all, but I don't remember exactly who I was there. So I'm not trying to take credit. I'm definitely not. That's not my point.
Yeah.
But
no worries.
We invented this game, and we called it Tragic Bananas. And we won't get into the whole.
If you want to know the whole story, it is hysterical. DM us and on Instagram at StillDrippingTN. We will definitely tell you where this name came from, and give you the whole backstory on all the characters involved, which may get a little dicey. So
Yeah, it could be. Not that I don't think these people are. Nobody's listening to the podcast, but nonetheless, like just to be kind and respectful,
Right.
because again, I talk about my character flaws all the time. There's some character flaw in this conversation. Anywho, let's keep going. So, we invented this game, and in a nutshell, it takes elements of all the stuff that we really like to do: basketball, soccer, frisbee. It takes all these things and it combines them into basically one, and it's great. And we've played this for years. In fact, anytime my kids are here, especially with their friends, they don't want to throw football. They don't want to shoot basketball. They want to play Tragic Bananas like every single time. And I'm like, if this is this group of kids, this is something. There's something. This thing has got legs, I think. And I'm not saying, hey, this is going to blow up to become the NFL, but it's enough to where I feel like this is our Shark Tank. It's our thing. Like and I'm not saying, hey, we're going to create a product and go on Shark Tank. I'm just thinking a business league, fun community. It's got its own little culture, and it's a really fun game to play. And so I'm going to create a prototype and try to get the ball pushed down the road a little bit with Tragic Bananas and see what happens. But it was all from sitting in a hospital for however many hours watching Shark Tank.
Well, I'm excited to see where you go with this. I'll be here to help.
Well, you're a co-founder, right?
Yeah. And I think that's one of our legacies that we've left in places that we've been.
Yeah.
I'm excited to. We were talking pre-pod at the new church that we're at. That I really want to introduce it there, and
you should.
Coming this summer, coming this spring, we'll get it started, and maybe we can have maybe we'll start like a church league.
That would be amazing.
That'd be pretty fire.
If that's where you start, right? That's how you start. That's how you start a movement.
The only problem I feel like with church league, and it could be done, but there's an element of randomness that you kind of want to keep with Tragic Bananas. And okay, maybe the game is slow, and maybe where this is where like an objective third party comes in and they can kind of create their own rules, Well, maybe if you kick the ball and it hits the bucket, you get like an extra point or something,
Mm-hmm.
Like the random activity to it is kind of there, and that's what it needs. So a league might be
that's
hard.
The culture. Listen, that's what I meant. So last night, oddly enough, I went because I was asked to go teach Tragic Bananas to a Boy Scout troop close to Mason's house. And so it's freezing, and I'm explaining the game to the kids, and it really starts to dawn on me like how ingrained the way that Mason and I, just our personalities are ingrained in this game. You take yourself not very seriously, but you take your work and that's how I do it with Tragic Bananas. Like I act like I am the most extreme hardcore. I'm explaining it like a drill sergeant to these kids, and they've never met me in their whole life. I'm like, this is, I gave them names. This is your name. This is what you got to communicate with your team. It's meant to be inclusive, and everybody gets to participate. And it doesn't matter your skill level. It doesn't matter how fast you are. It is definitely a game that you are at an advantage if you're a tryhard. Like and if you are a tryhard, this is your game.
Yeah.
But to your point, like I think it's what me and you are woven through this thing. Like, just the way that we operate.
I feel like we've made up plenty of games to get to this point, and this is probably our best. It's definitely our best.
No doubt.
We had the crazy. We didn't invent broom hockey, but the way we played it was a lot different.
The way we played it,
and it was very chaotic in that sense. This Woodmont Warrior kind of have some try hard elements there, and then and then this Tragic Bananas, definitely the pinnacle of
It is the
our
pinnacle.
sport.
So you heard it here first. I'm gonna try to push the ball. I'm gonna try. Let's see what happens. I sat there and was like in the hospital room. I was like, I'm gonna look up when I'm 60. I'm not far off, 60 or 70, and I'm gonna say, dang it, why didn't I do something with that? And if this
fill
if,
out like the
if these
trademark,
people,
right?
oh, I'm gonna do it all. I'm going in. I'm sorry. We are gonna go in,
All right.
and I just have a little bit more time, and so like,
we're
all right,
we're gonna go. We are gonna make a second podcast. We're gonna start a podcast network, and the second one is gonna be the official
Tragic Bananas.
Tragic Bananas podcast.
But I feel like
It's gonna be the new pickleball. You heard it here first.
I think that's what I'm thinking because it's not cornhole and it's not can jam. It's more active than that. It's more like a pickleball. It's more like a. Have you seen the wiffle ball league? Like, have you seen that on YouTube?
No, I was kind of thinking
wiffle ball
along the same lines of like you remember the 3-on-3 basketball league where they would have like 7-foot rims and play with the tiny ball. I don't remember what they called that. It's
in
like
that
a lot.
It's in that genre, right?
Yeah.
But I see
a little
you
less
and
athletic.
Me,
you don't need to be as athletic for Tragic.
I see you and I being like the commissioners. We are, and we'll play, right? It's like we'll definitely play, but I want to be more of the ambassador. I want to be but I see that's how you and me can be those people. We can be the one.
Who would you
the governing bodies. We are that.
Bodies. So we're like Mark Cuban.
Well, he just
because he did. That was in my
hopefully
news.
Someday we can do that. 200. Yeah. He bought that thing for $268 million and just sold it for $3.5 billion.
$3.5 billion, and he still gets control. He still has control of the team. That's crazy.
Talk about a come up. Talk about that's called hitting a lick where I'm from.
All right, enough about non-sneakers news. That was wonderful. We'll keep you all updated.
But it's related because we can call it a Still Drip. We will be the first sponsor, the Still Drippin' Happy Hour. Ooh. Because we are one. We are Tragic Bananas.
We are. Yeah, all right. That's true. All right. Well, I don't have. Let me see if I can pull up something here. Go through these. It's going to be a little rough because Google is not our friend today. I'll tell you that right now. So let's do it this way.
Hey, you want me to waste some time?
No,
it could be related. Okay. One of the ironically, we'll come back to this. I'm going to show it to you actually.
Oh,
my Shark Tank days.
1 second. Here it comes. Sharing screen. Here we go. Can we see this?
Yeah.
Hey-o. There we go. All right. First up, we've got the Adidas. Is this a Forum pack? Christmas edition, Grinch edition.
These are real.
These are real.
Wow.
A lot of fur. I like the creativity.
I mean, why did they put the fur on the Cindy Lou Who and not on the Grinch? Or does the Grinch have...
The fur comes from the scarf maybe, but I agree. The Grinch doesn't look very furry at all.
I mean, props to them because we don't like hair on shoes. These are bad. I like the idea, but this is bad execution. Especially the dog one. Like, you could have gone a lot of different ways, but the sole on that being the pink, that's dumb looking.
Yeah, the color combos really work.
And then I don't feel like there's enough green on the Grinch. Like, the best, one of the best Christmas shoes, maybe the best Christmas shoe ever, is the Kobe Grinch, which is all green.
Yeah.
That's what you should think about when you think about Grinch, and this isn't like that at all.
Yeah, but you could wear these other times throughout the year, and somebody would be like, "Oh," nobody would be like, "Oh, well, that's a Christmas shoe only."
Well, that's fair.
I feel like that, but I don't know. I wonder what's on the tongue. It looks like their pictures are on the tongue, so
Okay.
maybe that helps with the
Why
detail.
the heck does the Grinch want to have a strap?
I did notice that was the only one that had a strap.
That's
They should have made the
stupid, too.
strap like his scarf.
Yeah.
That would have been
Candy
sick.
cane? Yeah, but
Yeah.
it wouldn't have looked very good. I mean,
No, it would. It would
but
look crap.
this is a novelty shoe anyway. Like,
Yeah.
you got to be a really big Grinch fan to want to go for these.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, these are just terrible. All three of them are really bad.
Okay. Well, no worries. No worries. We got more to look at. All right. Let me go through here. Let's see what's up next. Oh, some Air Jordan 8 Soulfly. You sent these in.
Mm-hmm. I sent them in
What you
because it's
feeling?
more hype.
Yeah.
This isn't going to be a shoe I buy. It's been well documented. You go listen to any episode that we talk about the 8. I love the 8, and they look horrible on me, and they're big and clunky. Soulfly typically has pretty good collabs with Jordan, and so that's why I thought this was of note. They're cool.
They are cool.
yeah.
I like the SF on the strap. The colors are really nice.
Yeah.
They remind me of those Rui Hachimuras.
Yeah, very much so. The Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
Rui's.
I don't know what they were. Yeah, I'm not sure. But just coming out in a week, a little over a week. So
I also like
cool.
that the white is more like an off-white. It's like an eggshell. It's not just a whatever you want to call it, matte.
Yeah, what do you think of like the carpet underneath on the side right here?
Well, that's the Jordan 8. That's the Jordan 8 logo. And so it doesn't
No,
count.
Oh, right here. You see where my pointer is?
Oh, that's carpet?
It looks a little carpety, doesn't it?
I don't know if I'd call that carpet. I'm looking at the tongue, and that's carpet.
Yeah, maybe this is just like a fabric.
Yeah, that doesn't. No, I don't mind. I'm not a huge 8 fan, at least on my foot.
Yeah, I kind of like the ability to zoom in right here.
That's dope.
Great quality, but all right, Hayes, here you put these
this
on.
is coming up all over my. Okay.
Oh yeah, I get added Instagram ads for this all the time.
So I feel like because it's a signature shoe and this is his own brand, I think
He's got like 4 different models or something.
I think it deserves a little note here. So Jonathan Isaac, known to be definitely on the conservative side, decided that he was going to make a shoe for. Would you say it's for Christians? Is that the best way to say that?
Proclaiming his faith.
Proclaiming his faith. So he founded a brand. It's called Judah. Like Judah,
it's called
the Lion. Isn't that what it's
called?
The
shoe is Judah, right? I don't know. The website was something different. Let me look it up.
Man, I thought that was what it was called.
I'll look it up. You keep going. It might be called Judah.
So he starts his own brand. They've got sneakers, they've got clothes, they've got athletic wear, but it's very open about faith. So like just about every piece of material has a verse on it or something like that. I mean, I don't know what exactly I think about it. I like that the guy decided to do something and take that into his own hands.
Yeah.
It's not a terrible looking shoe. I mean, this is
terrible.
This looks better than a lot of current. That's the weird part.
Yeah, that's fair.
When I saw these, I was like, that's not as bad as a lot of these Unitas. That's it.
Unitas is the brand. But so this is. Now, if anybody knows what this means, I don't know what it means. But it says the Judah 1, but it also says, I don't know if Ruach is the colorway. It's a Hebrew word.
Wind of the Spirit. Ruach. Huh.
Ruach.
Cool.
I don't know which one.
I mean, I'm not in the market for a basketball sneaker, but this isn't it's just not a terrible shoe. Like you want
it's not.
When you think about I I guess the concept, you expect it to be pretty cheesy because let's be real, and I'm one. Most Christian stuff, and this is what Kanye has really done. Tried to change the stigma is
Mm-hmm.
that a lot of Christian stuff ends up being really cheap and stupid
Right.
looking, and his point is like it should be known as excellent. It should be excellence,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
that feels that this way. It doesn't feel like it's cheap and pay less. I don't know. Kind of like it.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Yeah. I probably wouldn't wear it, but
Yeah, probably not gonna wear it. Cool idea. I like
I
people that
believe
go out there
though
and they swim against the current, and so whatever
only
that looks like.
negative thing that I saw was I don't feel like the brand did their research. So one ad that I saw said it was the first basketball shoe to ever feature a Bible verse.
Yeah,
I'm
that
pretty
can't be
sure
true, right?
Steph Curry had a Bible verse on one of his shoes. I don't know if that's a fact, but
Hmm.
I doubt that that's. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, obviously, a lot of players write stuff on their cleats, but
Yeah,
it's not the same as having it on the back,
right.
tab.
Actually, a part of the shoe. Yeah. So I don't know. Well, we can do some research. I don't really care to discredit him
Yeah.
though. So
Also,
yeah, I mean,
do we really care to do the research? I'm not going to do the research. I just thought this is interesting. I keep getting it on my Facebook or
oh
my
yeah, it's
Instagram. I'm
all
like, all
over
right.
ads.
Obviously, I'm a basketball guy. I paid attention. There's another PE. There's another player that's got their own
His
model.
own brand. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dinwiddie has one, and Langston Galloway has one.
yeah.
So Lonzo Ball used to have one.
Also, do you remember? I remember this very vividly. Do you remember last year we had our NBA preview, and I said I feel like the Magic are going to do pretty good, and you called it a homer pick because Cole Anthony. Do you remember that? I remember your specific. Dude, they're 13-5.
They're good. They're like
They're
third in
13-5.
third in the East. Second.
Jalen Suggs, like, where have we come? They were, dude. Last season they
Cole
were
Anthony's
awful.
been balling too.
Yeah, but tonight, like tonight, Jalen Suggs gets on a breakaway and does a 360. They're up like 20 points. Orlando has something to celebrate. They've been horrible.
They have been bad.
They've been so bad.
I mean, you can get two good drafts. You draft Franz and Banchero. I mean,
I hate him, but whatever. Banchero, Wagner, Suggs, Cole Anthony.
traded for Fultz. Yeah.
They've got a dope little nucleus, don't they?
Yeah.
I feel like
no
they're
doubt.
a decent big probably from being serious.
Well, their starting center has been out for 3 weeks too. Wendell, another Duke guy.
That's what I'm saying. Is they are a big away.
Yeah, he's okay.
He's not a big man.
He's a serviceable big man.
Anyway.
All right. New model from Nike. It looks like an old model, but it's a new model. Air Max Plus Drift. It's a mouthful. Give me your review.
It feels like they're obviously trying to play on your heartstrings. That this looks like what was the Air Max model that looks
Air
this
Max
way?
TN.
Yeah.
They're
playing with you. They want you to think it's old, but it's actually a new, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's got some Air Max 95 in it, right? The sole. I mean, I don't like it. It's just too busy for me. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I like it. It is busy, but I feel like it feels like when Pata did the waves on the Air Max 1.
Yeah.
This feels like droplets on the Air Max TN. And I guess they added the air bubbles to the front. The gum sole is cool. The colorway is really good. Usually, I don't feel like we get a good
Okay.
colorway on the first model, but I like the colorway.
The colorway is good. I
Yeah,
just don't like the shoe.
yeah, that's fair. I I could see if when these go on clearance, I could see myself
Okay.
potentially getting them. That's about a $50 shoe, though. Let's be real.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pay
I
more than
mean,
$50 for this shoe.
yeah, yeah. So,
It's a good way to say it.
yeah, it's just
It also
we don't
feels
get a
like,
lot of new stuff, and
oh, dude,
this doesn't feel new,
you're reading
really.
my mind. It doesn't. But think about life and not life, media right now. There's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah,
Everything is a remake. And I know the writers are on strike and yada, yada, yada. There's nothing new. People, I guess, have lost their creativity. And so that's what
hmm
this feels like is just like TV and movies. Oh,
yeah.
what are we gonna do? Oh, let's take a piece of this and Air Max 97 and throw it in one shoe, and we'll call that a new model, the Air Max Drift Plus Drift. Yeah, whatever. It's
Yeah.
lazy.
The name is lazy too. We could have gotten something a little better than Plush Drift.
Yeah.
That's what does that even mean?
What is a Plus Drift? Is this a running shoe? Because it looks more like a trail shoe.
I think it's just a lifestyle.
Okay.
I don't think anybody's running in these. All right, next up, Salehi Bembury Crocs sneaker.
What is the look? We need Landon because I don't guess I don't know what the deal is with this guy. Why is he getting so much? Much less the Croc. I'm like, I just don't get it.
He put his thumbprint on the Croc, and man, everybody fell in love with it, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean,
but he's making a sneaker now? This is supposedly a sneaker. Like, why is this guy blowing up? Is he just what? Do you know anything about his background? How the
to be
heck
honest, I don't.
Do you say his name?
I think it's Salehi.
Salehi
Bembury.
We need to have the National Man back on, and he needs to tell us the story about why this is important.
I feel like
he's a big Bembury guy.
Bembury.
Maybe I'll see if he can come on next week and just give us because I just don't understand.
Yeah. I can't answer your questions on that one.
Nonetheless, here's a $250 Croc is what this is going to be. Right?
Yeah, probably. I mean,
go on StockX right now and see what kind of shoe put $250 and under, and you decide: are you going to buy this Croc sneaker or are you going to buy? Oh man, this is. Speaking of, while we were sitting here, I got a Jordan 23 app update. Did you get the same one? Probably you did.
Yeah. Whoa, that's not good for Nike, man.
That's what I want. The Jordan 1 OG reimagined is $135.
Because
$135.
This is gonna rub some people the wrong way. But a fully what is the material on that? Nubuck? No.
Is that what that is?
No, it's suede, right? It's a fully suede Air Jordan 1, no matter what colorway, no matter anything, is about a point or 1% better than a Jordan 1 mid.
You think so?
Yeah, it's not. If I'm buying a Jordan 1 because it is all leather.
But just because of the model is what I'm saying. Like, remember when any other model that's come out like this, the OG colorways have blown up.
Yeah.
And so that this is going for $135. This is on sale.
Yeah. But dude, we just want leather sneakers, man. I think
that's crazy.
Marcus Fairbanks, when he came on the pod, he said it. Put some leather back on the shoes. That's all we want. And not the faux leather that LeBron's having now. All right, next up. Oh, man. We're outside the box, but you sent this in. This, I put it on here because I feel like this was very difficult for me to see, and the fact that I forgot about this when I was doing the NBA sneaker collabs. I should have done the Cause 4s for the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah,
And
you should have. Oh
and
my
that's
goodness.
a big miss.
I
Big
didn't think
miss.
about it either, though. That's both of
Yeah.
us.
And so, yeah,
But this
it
is
hurt.
cool. This is cool just from a, I guess we'll call it culture standpoint, that Cause has a design of the Barclays Center floor.
Yeah.
That is pretty dope. Like
Oh,
this
yeah.
would for a sneakerhead culture person, this would be super dope, blown up and like framed on your wall. This court.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I haven't seen it in real life. Like I haven't seen any pictures of it. I don't know if it's specific games they're going to be playing.
Yeah, they have.
This.
They actually have a uniform that matches this. That was
Do they?
That was Cause. Cause did the uniform.
Okay.
Their city edition jersey. So, yeah, whenever they wear that uniform, they bring out this court, which is pretty cool.
The last thing I'll say, and we can move on about this, is when you look at this, it is really obvious, at least in my opinion, how absolutely lame the Brooklyn Nets logo is. This is the stupidest logo. It is a basketball that's got a B on it in Times New Roman. This looks like I could go on Microsoft Paint right now and make this logo and sell it back to Brooklyn for $1 billion. This is the stupidest logo. This looks like one of the generic logos from NBA Live when you create a team. That's what this logo looks like. And I feel like it's really exacerbated on this floor. This floor is dope. It's got the Cause stuff on it. It's unique. And then there's this big basketball that's got a B on it.
This one actually, Cause changed the B a little bit. It's hard to see.
It looks like a donut.
It's like the Cause squiggly font. But yes, their normal logo.
That doesn't help it at all. This is crap. That is an awful logo. Oh, man.
Yeah.
It looks so fake right there. Wow. That's stunningly fake looking.
Yeah, well, that's about all that we got. But I did want to pull up. You said to bring up StockX. That's essentially a Concord for less than $250.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't believe these. I heard somebody told me that these, when I know they shock dropped recently, there's like 250K of these Grinches coming out on the release date. Maybe 300K. So everybody that wants one should get one.
Yeah.
That's a lot of red for me. I don't know if I'm going to go for them.
Yeah. Unless you're going to play basketball in them, I could see that. I'm definitely not going to play 540 for them.
Yeah, not a chance. Not a chance. Got the first. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, I actually low-key like these. I'm not familiar with April Skateboards, but $224, not a terrible price.
What's April Skateboards?
That's the company. I don't know. They have two different ones. You can get some Yeezys. These got to be the worst New Balances I've ever seen. I hate these. Protection pack.
Oh, those are absolutely stupid.
Looks like they hatched out of an egg.
So what we're saying is you've got a plethora of choices.
Yeah.
At $250 or under.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Don't buy the stupid Crocs.
Don't buy the Crocs.
Go get them at Walmart.
Yeah. Amen.
I got two other things we can talk about real quick.
Okay, go for it.
So, did you see? I'll just show the picture. I know we're on the downside with Supreme, and that's fine. But when this happens, I feel like it's noteworthy. So, did you see this? There's a Jordan collab coming.
Oh yes, I did see that, but they haven't shown any anything.
They haven't.
Right?
Yeah, they just gave like a preview of what's going to be: a jacket, track jacket, a hooded sweatshirt, jerseys.
Any shoes?
It doesn't say shoes, but every other Jordan drop, you remember the 5s.
Yeah.
What else did
They've had 5s twice, right? Or only once?
they had? The all white ones, and
They
had
had
the
3
camo
a
ones
pair, and a black pair.
and a black pair. Okay.
They've had.
Another Jordan?
Hold on 1 second. Let's just look on StockX.
Generally, I would say it is hard to argue against a Jordan Supreme collab, and they're usually pretty dope. That's a fair thing to say. So I feel like that's newsworthy. I mean, come on. Look at that. Look at MJ. Beautiful.
All right, let's see what we got here. Supreme Jordan.
Dude, I feel like I'm watching Rogan's podcast with you being able to search like this. This is better than the slides. I feel
like it. I like doing
this.
It
Is dope. This is dope. Do you ever watch the Joe Rogan Experience?
No, I've listened a couple times.
Dude, it's one of the best podcasts. I'm not a big podcast guy. I listen to the Still Dripping Happy Hour and the Joe Rogan Experience. And that's just about it.
All right, Supreme wise, we've got some 14s, the Jordan 5s that we were talking about. That is not a Supreme, so I don't.
Maybe this is only the second one.
It would be third at least.
Well, the second shoe if we get a shoe.
Well, these 13s right here, or 14s. I'm sorry.
Those don't count. Those are trash. I mean, come on, they are.
There's definitely been more. 100% been more. Well, I'll keep looking and then let you guys in.
All right, here's another thing we can talk about really briefly that you didn't. What is our segment? The dumb ones. What's the
loser of the week
presented by
Urban Meyer?
I'm gonna say the loser of the week is Louis Vuitton for these wavy jeans. It's got waves in them.
It looks like a Mischief. I thought that was Mischief. That's Louis Vuitton.
Yes.
Who? Pharrell.
And you know, dude, these are gonna be $600. Look how it looks even worse on a person. Look at those.
What are Jinko
What
jeans?
is happening? What is going on? Who decided? You know what we should do with our denim? Put some waves in it. What do you mean? You know, like waves. Make them wavy. It's gonna be dope.
It's like those Mischief Vans.
Stupidest thing
you
I ever
remember
heard.
those?
Yeah. So
awful.
No. What were the other ones that the heel came up like? Remember these that were the midsole?
Yeah.
Looked like it was
the
going to
midsole was
buckle your
wavy.
foot up. Yeah. Gross. So stupid.
Terrible.
Absolutely awful. And then there's one other thing I was going to show you or tell you about. Oh shoot. Those are the week. Supreme.
Maybe
that was it. I remembered it.
Okay, go ahead.
Go to this website. Since we're doing the Joe Rogan Experience. Okay.
All right.
I'm going to have to spell it for you the first time. SPERGO.com. So let me set the stage. It's 3:00 in the morning. I've been in a hospital. I'm in a hospital. I've got Shark Tank playing because I can't really sleep. If you've ever slept in a hospital, you know what I'm saying.
Are you wanting
awful
shirts, pants?
Yes, go to the shirts.
Go to the shirts.
So this kid comes on Shark Tank and he says, "Yeah, I'm 15 years old." He's super energetic. Look, trust me, it'll be worth your time. Go on whatever you got, Hulu or YouTube, and just search Spergo, SPERGO. He explains the name, and then Shark Tank. So this kid goes on Shark Tank. He's from Philadelphia. He takes his birthday money. of like $158, and he's got this idea for this logo, prints shirts with $158, sells them out in 3 or 4 minutes. Do you remember? What was it, the rabbit one?
Yeah, Icy Rabbit.
It's kind of like Icy Rabbit in a way, but legit. Like he's actually, it's not a joke. So
It's not a joke.
it's that turned out to be a joke. I don't know. I don't love this lion logo looking stuff, but his stuff is really high quality. It's a 15-year-old kid from Philadelphia. He started this brand because he grew up in the hood, single mom, and he tells this whole story on Shark Tank. You know, I saw all around me is drugs and violence, and I want to get out, and I don't want to do that. I want to be a part of the solution. So I created this brand for people that are thinking the same way as me. And so he basically combined some of his favorite stuff and to create the name. So it's like sports is the SP, hero is the ER, and then go is like hustle. Like I'm a goer. I get stuff done. And I'm watching this on Shark Tank. And dang it, if I didn't buy one of these shirts immediately. In fact, go back up. It was the white one you were just looking at. Go up. The billionaire. I got that t-shirt. It's on the way.
That is ridiculous.
But he gets a deal on Shark Tank, and it's with is Damon? It's Damon.
Damon John.
Damon did it, and he's like, this kid has sold. I can't remember how much money in these stupid shirts already, but I was like, that's something I can get behind. Immediately, I got on his website and bought one. I got the receipts.
Wow.
So Spurgo is like a Supreme. It's like he has a vision for it to be more like probably a Louis Vuitton. Like they called it a luxury brand. Okay, it's like I guess a Supreme type. Anyway, I just love the story. Hate all you want, Mason. I see your face. You're like, this is just mid. Okay, whatever. It might be, but the story is dope, and you need to go watch Shark Tank.
Yeah, that's fine, but. You lost me. Everything was good until you said he wants it to be like a Louis Vuitton.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Not saying he can't, but
maybe I'm putting words in his mouth.
Yeah, that's luxury is not what I got from it. But
okay, well, that's
I guess there's elements of it in here. So, I mean, that's cool. That's really awesome, actually.
Okay, so since we're talking about this already.
Well, here's the other Supreme Jordan 1s.
Oh, dude, I forgot about that one.
Louis
Holy
Vuitton.
crap. Is that real?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
It might be a friends and family, though.
I've never seen that one. Okay, so listen, same night. You got to remember, it's 3:00 in the morning. I'm running on hardly any sleep. My wife's in a hospital bed. The TV is on. Spurgo comes on. I buy a Spurgo shirt. Bro, I wore this today. This is a prized possession, I would say at this point. So it's been well documented. Panama Slim, like my Southwest aesthetic. I wore this belt buckle today, and it's massive. It's like a WWF. Can you see it? Yes. Bad radio. There it is. If you haven't gone over to YouTube, you're really missing out. Look at this guy. It's huge. It's got a big eagle on it. Like, how am I not going to succeed with that eagle on near my crotch?
Bro. How am I not going to succeed with that eagle on my crotch?
Mike's on our live chat. He said, he says, I'm on your live chat. What's he saying?
Let's see.
I'm sorry. Still Drippin' Bourbon. I shouldn't use his government name.
He said, how about making your own merch?
Eat crap.
What a douche. What kind of car?
Listen, hold up.
He's a guy with a car profile pic.
He is. Also, so he's now the third person today that has said, what is your deal with the merch? Why don't I have merch? Said that to me. He's now the third person.
3 people.
I'm like, bro, it takes money to make money.
That's demand. We got to get supply up, man. All right, look. Let's see.
I don't want to go halfway. Like, I want to do it for real. And to do it for real, you got to have extra money. and I just had a 9-day hospital stay. Like Mason, no,
That's fair. But hey,
Right.
look, why don't we do this? Our name is still dripping. I'll get some dope quality, but vintage at the thrift blanks, and we'll put some random, like our old idea, our OG idea of just random still dripping logos on it, and we'll come to your house. We'll make the merch.
No,
we'll do that.
Here's what we'll do. We'll do it even better. When Dan gets into town, when we have our live event, whoever shows up, you'll get merch. If you show up to the live event,
if you show up to the live event for
It'll
free,
be sometime
we're doing
in
free.
December. I would prefer it won't be expensive. Let's just say bring $10 and you'll get your merch if you got $10.
It's like
I'll give you your merch.
Shout out to Grateful. Check our podcast notes. You can get our Grateful link, but Grateful has a mystery box right now for, I think it's $9. You get a t-shirt. So supports a great cause. I've messaged Grateful to see if Ray could come on. Raymond can come on.
It sounded like it's possible.
It sounded like it was possible. I did it very last minute for Thanksgiving, but I thought Grateful Thanksgiving. Let's try it.
Also, use the code still dripping TN to get 30% off.
Exactly. I think it's 15, but
15%.
I don't know. Maybe
something like that.
All right. I did just want to.
I got it.
In case anybody forgot.
Bro, all these things are popping in my head. Cowboy Coop said to me this morning, hey, if you guys, for whatever reason, need a backfill at any time, know that I would love to come on the podcast and be your other person. So
he must have listened to last week because Bodie and I got off to a rocky start.
That's exactly what he said. He said Bodie, the previous intern was not solid, and the potential new intern he's got more potential. The main thing, he's got more of his money because he's got a job and he's an adult. Ish. Yeah, he's an adult. Fry guy.
Oh, all righty. Well,
I feel like the biggest takeaway from this is come to the live event, whatever it is and whatever we have. It's going to be fun. We're going to do one of these live. And I will make enough. It'd be really nice to have a head count. So if you want merch, I'll do that. But bring $10 and we'll have a good time. Right?
Yeah, I think our idea right now is the 28th through 30th of December. We're working with
somewhere in there.
Yeah. So if that doesn't work and Dan can't do that, then we will figure out. It might be another, maybe in the new year.
Well, and I'll say this. I'm totally willing to have it at my house.
Yeah, we can do that. But I mean, my uncle said we're welcome anytime. They have a podcast that's recorded there every week, so we can do that. We'll work on it. It's in Spring Hill, so it might be a bit of a drive for some folks, but it's all right. We'll get it done.
We'll get it done. We'll get the merch done. We'll get that done. And then we'll get a trailer done for our podcast.
We'll get a trailer
45 episodes. We'll have a trailer.
We're going to do a poll for all the live listeners right now. Mike, will you be there?
Oh, Mike will be there.
He knew the name of the place. I just said a cigar shop in Spring Hill, and he commented about it. I was like, oh, okay.
I bet we pull a bunch of people that don't even listen to the podcast because they just are friends of ours and they enjoy us. I bet you that happens.
I bet you're right. So we just got verbal confirmation that we will have one former guest, one of the greats.
One of the greats.
All right. Let's see. We got about 5 minutes for an hour. I was thinking episode, I think it'll be episode 148 will be the last of the year. And I want to do a good recap of our year. What would you say, aside from Cowboy Coop, we know that's in there. What are some other moments that I need to clip? A little preview of our end of year show. I definitely want your poem, your funniest poem ever. That's going to be on there.
My funniest poem ever. Do I read it? I'll read it out loud.
I think we'll just get the clips and we'll be able to like live comment on the previous clips.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I got to figure out how to do that, but I'll make it work.
I have to think about. You can't hit me on the spot with that question
Okay.
because so much has happened this year.
Yeah.
I'm
definitely pulling some from Marcus episode. I bet we have a few good ones from Brian. We got to look back. We had a lot of guests early in the year.
How many guests did we have this year so far?
It's a good question.
You know, because you had a goal
for this year.
That was a goal.
We had a goal. We're gonna have
12?
to follow up. I think I had 24 as our goal.
24?
I don't know if we.
There's no way we had 24.
There's no way we had 24. But man, we've probably had total. So we've had 148 or 144 so far. How many guests do you think we've had? 30
total?
Yeah,
something like that, right?
I bet we're close, if not more than 30. We've had at least 40 commit.
Hey, listen, we're always in the market for. Well, we've had 40 commit, and then I mean, I've definitely dropped the ball on some follow up. There ain't no doubt about it.
Me too. Shoe culture 615. We're gonna
Slim and Huskies.
For the next week, I'm the only one on my team at work. So
yeah, give us a little bit of grace.
I've got to work on
it. Slim and Huskies, we're gonna have to have on.
Oh yeah.
Shoeseum.
That
was a bad follow up by me. Like of all the things, like of all the people to not follow up. Man,
I know. I think I re-messaged him and he just blanked us.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe you can try. We got to follow up with everybody. I was thinking, we didn't do it. Well, look, screw an hour. We're like the Preds last night gave me free hockey, which is why we're recording on a Wednesday. We're going to give some free podcast as if the first hour wasn't free. We're going to go over a little bit because I did have a top 5 for us.
Okay, let's do it.
And we're going to have to probably set some parameters on this. But top 5 stocking stuffers. So stocking
stuffers that I give or that I've received or that
just like a general idea of maybe not specific ones that you give and receive, but like that's where I want
maybe what I like.
Maybe either what you wish for or like something that was always like a stocking stuffer staple.
Okay. Let me say this really quickly. This is so interesting. Everybody is so different with this. So when I first got married, my wife made fun of me because I got her like a toy and like some licorice, and she got me an extension cord, and so I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, well, she said, "What the hell's this?" I'm ad-libbing, and that's not. She doesn't even curse, but you know what I'm saying. And so, like, everybody's experience is different. I got
so
fun
different
stuff, and she knows stockings as like functional underwear, socks. Like, that isn't my. So that
I had like a mixture growing up.
Okay,
but I've heard of people also having like oranges and apples.
I've heard of that as well.
that one cracks me up. It's just straight fruit.
All right. Well, then let's not do any parameters. We'll just let's do your personal favorite. Like if you were
like building my stocking. Okay.
Building your stocking.
Is there like a price limit? Like stocking stuffers generally are like cheaper items, right?
I would call them knickknacks.
Okay.
Right? That's
Because
what it is. It's a
because
knickknack.
so if we're going the knickknack lower budget style, it's the top above that would be like tickets to an event. Gift cards, always awesome in the stocking, or straight cash, homie. I mean, those are the big ones. I would say I'm gonna miss some because I just wrote these down at random. I didn't do any research, but it's getting cold outside. This is no particular order, by the way. You're gonna want some chapstick down in there. Chapstick is very functional.
I wasn't expecting that. Hot hands? Are you going to put hot hands on it?
I did get some hot hands growing up. Yeah, for sure. But that's not on the list. Candy. So
no, you got to be more specific.
Okay.
Not
like
fruit.
Reese's and /Pez.
Oh, dude, I had some Pez tonight. Lemon. Oh.
So I love Pez,
orange,
but my mom had it in her head that I wanted to collect Pez.
Okay.
And so I think last year was the first year that I did not get a Pez dispenser. I like them. I just don't want to keep them in my house. I'll eat them and then toss the little character. So yeah, that's two. A back scratcher. Functional, knick-knacky.
No thanks. I'm not a back scratch guy, but that does make sense.
Let's see where I'm at. Oh, of course, socks. Socks is a
socks
big
was
one.
on my list,
but I've gotten to the point where I'm good on dress socks. I don't want any funky dress socks or anything. I want Stance or Nike. So, Mom, if you're listening, I would love Stance or Nike. I'm not trying to be ungrateful, but that's just my closet is developed at this point. So that's all we got.
Hold on. For. There's another sock that you must have. And I've got to find what it's called because it's a wigwam. I think it's what it's called. Wigwam socks, bro.
Never heard of this.
Wigwam socks. Look, Stance, if from a day-to-day standpoint, is beautiful. But
your mic just went out, bud.
I'm sorry. When it's cold, Stance is great as a day-to-day.
Yeah.
When it's cold, though, I would dare say nothing beats wigwams. It holds your
they're wool?
They're wool.
Okay.
They're wool and they're amazing. Oh my gosh. It's like your foot is wrapped in a cotton bacon wrap or something. I'm going to say a good item for me this year would be a belt buckle. You can get me a belt buckle. Just make sure it's dope. I don't care if it's even cheap. Shut up. Stop. Beef jerky.
That's a good one.
Sunflower seeds.
Okay.
I'll go specific. Cracked pepper, David, sunflower seeds. Ferrero chocolates. Like, I don't like them all year, but I love them at Christmas.
Okay.
Ferrero, you know what I'm talking about? The little balls.
Yeah, I gotta add one to mine since you said that. I don't remember what is it. Godiva? Are they the little square chocolates?
Okay. Yeah.
The peppermint bark.
Mine's is a pepper. Mine's is a sweet tooth. Also, Duke just lost. It's a great night when Carolina wins and Duke loses. Like, it's an excellent night. Okay, move on. Ferrero chocolates was on my list. I love little Transformers, like a small one, not a big one, just like a little Transformer. What?
Like a knick-knack? Like
a knick-knack,
like a little toy?
Okay. Yeah, like a little toy. A fidgety thing.
Yeah.
Not a fidget spinner, but like something to fiddle with,
Yeah.
We're using very Southern. If you're listening to this from the Ukraine, I'm using some very Southern terms here. Anything else that I really enjoy when I get, basically, if you gave me a stocking full of beef jerky, I'd crap myself. I love beef jerky. Oh, Jones cream soda. Oh. There is a brand of soda that's called Jones, and they have a cream soda. And they have
seems
the
a little heavy for a
dopest.
stocking, though.
Oh, you can put 1 or 2 in there, though.
Not if you're keeping it.
I
hung
don't.
up.
It's super sugary, so just 1 or 2 would suffice. Like, okay. Jones cream soda. I feel like that's
I have
good.
to get dripping bourbon. This has to be my 5th because I think I had 4, but it's the scratch off card.
Oh, the gift
that's
that keeps
a
on
good,
giving.
good stocking stuffer. Yeah. Fantastic. Haley's aunt. Shout out to Aunt Lee. Always good for a few scratch offs in the stocking. So wonderful.
But isn't it weird? Gambling will send you to hell. So,
well,
you'll trade that off.
What is sports gambling under that umbrella too?
Probably so.
It's getting hot in here. If so,
I'm kidding. All right, let's go.
All right, well, yeah, that's perfect. I got 7 extra minutes for our one live listener. Overtime. Well, Hayes, you seem to be in better spirits this week, so
yeah,
maybe a little
way better.
Maybe a little beat.
What beat?
There's one on here called "Give Up," which is what I felt like doing when I turned the game off tonight at halftime.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see if I'm feeling it. If not,
just a little beat roulette here.
You could be anywhere in the world. You're here with us. We appreciate it. Follow the Instagram, Still Dripping TN. Come on YouTube. Quit listening to this on all the other formats. This is the only way to do it now is YouTube. Refer us to your friends, unless you're stupid, and refer us to people that you'd want to have come on the podcast because that's always fun. Come to the first ever live event sometime in December. And let's be a community together. What did you learn, Mason?
Ooh, I learned that the screen share worked pretty well. That
was a big update. That was a big. Yeah. I really enjoyed that. Like going on the website, Spurgo. Shout out to Spurgo. Free shout out.
Do you think they would sponsor the podcast?
I thought about emailing him after I bought his shirt. We'll see when it comes, and I'll wear it on the podcast next week.
Okay. All right. Well, good deal. And with that, that was episode 144. Go follow us. Go subscribe. Like this video on YouTube. Grandma. Tell everybody.
That's it.
I had a follower of the week, but I forgot it. So we'll try next week.
Yeah.
We love you all. You can be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. And with that, I'll leave the floor to Hayes.
I don't know. Spit those. I got a big old taco and I'm riding into space. I'm riding into Mars. I'm not flying in cars. I'm flying in a jet. I'm flying in a spaceship. I got aliens all around me and they're wanting to get my autograph because now I'm famous. Famous up the anus. Banus. Famous. Bliggity diggity danus. Greg Louganis. I hit my head on the board like I'm Granus. That's good. I'm not feeling it. I think I just said Greg. Next week. Dude, that's got to be the first time anybody's ever said Greg Louganis on a freestyle. I bet you.
We love you all. Peace.